The strong back enables horizontal transportation and then erects the rocket vertically. It also includes connectors called umbilicals that provide fuel, power, and communications before launch. Now, pull in the first stage. The first stage has 9 attached engines that produce more than 1.5 million pounds of thrust at liftoff. SpaceX launches to the ISS include booster landings at Cape Canaveral, so this first stage is also equipped with landing legs. It also contains the interstage, which connects the first and second. The second stage takes the Dragon spacecraft to a higher orbit after leaving behind the weight and bulk of the first stage. Once teams have assembled the rocket in the horizontal facility, it's transported out. SpaceX currently leases Launch Complex 40 from the Air Force and has modified it specifically for its Falcon 9 rockets. Inspect the area to learn more. Rocket engines are incredibly loud. So loud, in fact, that the acoustic energy can damage the launch vehicle itself, as well as equipment around the pad. Enormous quantities of water are pumped in and sprayed under the rocket's engines to dampen the sound energy. Rockets produce a lot of thrust. A consequence of that is the steam and smoke you'll see as the 4 towers that surround the pad are used to divert damaging lightning away from the rocket. Florida is, after all, the lightning capital of the United States. A day before launch, the rocket is hoisted upright with the Dragon spacecraft. Just before liftoff, a SpaceX launch director verifies that the rocket is. Just before liftoff, the launch team and SpaceX launch director verify that all systems are green and go for launch. Give the go for launch to start the countdown.
LD verified go for launch.
LD verifies go for launch.
Falcon 9's configured for flight.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The rocket will slightly throttle down its engines about a minute after liftoff and enter a period known as max Q, or the moment of peak mechanical stress on the rocket. The atmosphere gets thinner after this point, so pressure on the rocket will gradually decrease after max Q. At this point, Falcon 9 is supersonic, meaning it's traveling faster than the speed of sound. Shortly after one burn by the second stage's engine, Dragon will separate, deploy its solar arrays, and head for the International Space Station on its own. Now let's follow SpaceX's unique landing experience as the first stage, or booster, heads back to land at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. The Falcon 9's booster conducts 3 burns on the way back down to the Cape: a boost back burn, an entry burn, and a landing burn. The boost back burn gets the rocket started on a trajectory back to Cape Canaveral. After the burn, swipe to deploy the grid fins to help steer the 156-foot tall first stage. During the next burn, known as the entry burn, the engine slowed down the booster ahead of the final approach.